Hey everyone, welcome to Stratele Studios. I'm Jeff Castanon. Welcome to another No Pause video reaction and analysis. Today, we are delving into the world of John Williams, thanks to my super patron, Phil. This is going to be really cool because we're going to have a video here at the beginning, which is a lifetime in music. It's a tribute to John Williams, and then we're going to follow that up with something called Adventure on Earth. So if you are here because you wanted to watch this video on its own, go down in the description. There's a link to the original and you can just go watch it there, because I'm going to be interacting with the video as we watch it. If you don't want to hear me talk, then just go check out the original. All right, let's get into this. Here we go.
Music is not so much of a job as it is something we love to do. Anyone who's practiced music for a number of decades will always tell you, I think, that the longer and harder we work, the more we become infatuated with music and see more in it and take more from it. And so it's hard work, but the rewards are especially gratifying, I think. So for me, it has been and continues to be a working life.
So well said. I think he's 91 now.
Music unites entire peoples. It unites entire religions. Its power is very great. I don't think any of us really fully understand how it works. In film, music represents the words that cannot be spoken. My attempts to try to support these films and reach people and through what they hear is mostly really an intuitive thing, and the application of the modulatory structures of music and so on, and manipulations, if you like. I mean, composing for me is really like sculpting. I mean, you really take a chunk out of the stone, another chunk, and finally it reveals itself. What's inside the stone we didn't know when we began. We will find it. So much of a process of how we learn our language, our general education and acculturation and so on, all of these things are all linked together. How do we want the audience to leave? What do we want to give them? Maybe we can't achieve all of our goals with each project. We may start out thinking we want to entertain them. We want to hopefully educate them, have them in a state of elation, of finding new information, new understanding as they're entertained. It's a wonderful opportunity in film. Fabulous. An audience of billions of people around the world. And I think perhaps all of these things can be achieved to some degree in each project that we do, and the audience in the process will be the beneficiaries. It isn't the orchestra, it isn't the composer or the audience, it's the connective link, the nexus, the linking of all of that together. I'm just a guy who puts dots on the paper. It means nothing. It is this interconnection of all of these elements that makes music, music.
Get all the lightsabers.
as we get older, the days become more valuable, and the rehearsals mean more, and the concerts mean more, and our conversations mean more. And so the greatest good fortune, apart from my family, has to be my connection to music, which is something we never tire of.
Wow. Woo. Wow. I love seeing that shot of him with Steven Spielberg when they're older, because we saw it when he was in the room with him when they were both a lot younger, and it's like just shows the endurance of their relationship and their friendship, that that they are continuing to do stuff together. You know, boy, those movies that he won awards for are mega hits. And you know, you think about all that's involved with a great movie, and the music portion of it is so incredibly important. And I know for me personally, I love movie soundtracks, and there have been a few that I just, oh man, I just absolutely love. And it made the movie for me. It really did. I think of one off the top of my head is the soundtrack to Of Mice and Men with John Malkovich and Gary Sinise. It's such a beautiful soundtrack to that movie. But there's so many more, including John Williams soundtracks for the movies that he's done. But I just get a sense of joy and appreciation from him for being able to be in the position to be able to write for these movies, and how exciting that must be for him. And as he said, you know, no great achievement comes without effort. And the way he talks about the fact that when you work and you put the effort in and you continually hone your craft, that it's like more doors open up. It becomes more interesting, more fun. And that is so true. It's so true with anything in life, but with music especially, your level of enjoyment increases considerably. And oh, I love that. That was so cool. All right, so next up we have something called Adventure on Earth. Well, I'll cue that up. Okay, so by the way, also I just wanted to mention that you're going to want to check out the information in the description too about these two pieces of videos that I'm showing. Also, you're going to want to check out the information in the description about these two videos that I'm showing here, because Phil does a great job of delving deeper into what you're watching. So make sure you check that out too. So let's get into this. This is the next video up. Adventure on Earth. Here we go.
So thank you very much. What is coming now is the end of E.T., the extraterrestrial. Many of you will remember the film. It was directed by Steven Spielberg, and he and I have been working together for, I think, 44 years, something like that. And we... has been like a very good marriage. We haven't had any arguments. We don't have to talk to each other every day. And so far it's working very, very well, I hope. At this end of E.T., you'll hear the music. It begins very quickly in an agitated way when the little Earth children are on their bicycles. They're trying to get E.T. back to the spaceship so he can go back to his home. And they are pursued by the police, and they go quickly on their bicycles over faster, 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 achieving what we can imagine is escape gravity velocity. Maybe a physicist here will tell 35 miles an hour, something like that, escape. And they escape the gravity speed and fly over the moon. And we accept it perfectly. It seems very natural. And they land very gracefully on the ground. You remember him set E.T. down. And then there's some sentimental music coming at the end, which accompanied the dialogue between E.T. and his little earthling friends as E.T. departs. And then at the end of the music, there's a fanfare and flourishes from the orchestra that completes the film. What I love about these kind of concerts is that you can hear the orchestra and you can hear the contribution that all of our orchestras make to these films. We go to the theater and we don't notice the virtuosity that's being put into the soundtrack, and now we have one of the greatest orchestras in the world doing it for us. And you can imagine a composer's delicate vanity being able and satisfied by having the orchestra play it without the distraction of the film.
Yep. That's great.
All the notes aren't covered up by spaceships or horses' hooves or dialogue or whatever,
Yeah.
enemies of music. I shouldn't put it that way, but this is the end of the orchestra's contribution to the end of the film E.T.
feel the wind going through my hair on a bicycle right here. That violin figure is like, it reminds me of the pedaling of the bicycle, and then those long strings, it's like flying. Heavy stuff. The harp. Listen how menacing those low strings are. Just because of the note they're playing against those upper strings. Wow. Man. This guy. The master. The maestro. No one does it like that. You know, I could almost see like a movie when I'm listening to his stuff, and that's why he's so good at it, because he's got such a connection between what's happening in the film and what the music needs to do to accentuate that. And you know, from the years and years and years of doing this, he's gotten so good at it. And you know, that's why Steven Spielberg uses him over and over and over, because he's like one of the best ever. So incredible. I mean, it's man, these melodies that he comes up with are so stirring, and I love the combination of instruments that he uses. Like he's got you know, there's this one part where it's like these really round horns. You know, I don't know if they were French horns, maybe, or flugelhorns. I'm not sure. I don't remember what they were, but those nice round horns are coming in, and then the harp is behind it, and it's like that combination of those two things that I've heard him use before, and it has a certain feel to it. So he's got like these combinations of instruments and stuff that he fuses together to get a certain emotion out of it, and it's just amazing how his brain works. I had mentioned that there's this one part where the violins were doing this figure underneath that was active, very, very, had a lot of motion in it, and then over the top were these long legato strings, and the combination of the two, I just evoked this vision of riding on a bicycle with the pedaling with those you know, quieter strings, and then the long strings just like, you know, flying, and the wind in your hair. It's just like, how is it that sound can give me that vision? It's just amazing, and he just really knows how to hone in on that and figure out how to translate the visual into audio, into music. That was really cool, man. What a gift. Thank you so much, Phil, for bringing these two to the channel, to ask for these two. That was just really, really cool. Now I want to go watch one of his movies. Oh gosh, that was so great. I hope you all enjoyed that too. That was really amazing. Well, come back for some more cool stuff, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, I just wanted to let you all know that the Stratele Studio shop is up and running. This is the artwork for the various designs that I have on the products. Basically, it's studios A through F. These are the graphics that I showed at the beginning of each video, and you can get these graphics on a variety of products. As you see here on the website, you have 10 products that are customizable. You can actually change the location or the size of the graphic on the product. I hope you come check it out.